The dislike Tecno Mobile gets in the smartphone market is huge. Some experts blame it on the target audience, some experts blame it on techno origins, and some experts blame it on the product. If you support the latter, hear me out. A man has two sons. One grew up to become a criminal and the other grew up to become a policeman. Does it mean the man failed? Well, let's talk about Tecno together. Before we start this video, I wanted to please like, share and subscribe, as well as turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any update from us as we discuss about iPhones, Android and gadget tips. Alright, so let's get started. Even if you dislike Tecno, you can't hide the fact that Tecno Mobile has become a competitive player in the smartphone market. You can't also hide the fact that the launch of Tecno Spark 6 Go helped Tecno Mobile to expand its brand above its target audience, Africans. However, like every competitive brand, there's always going to be innovations like Tecno Provatiri and challenges like the Tecno Phantom series. Anyways, let's trace Tecno Mobile's route together. You see, in 2006, Tecno was founded as Tecno Telecom Limited. It's important you put that in mind. Do you know why? Tecno Telecom Limited changed its name to Transsion Holdings. Please note, with Tecno Mobile serving as one of its subsidiaries. In essence, Transsion Holdings doesn't just own Tecno Mobile, they own Itel Mobile, Infinix, Raimo, and lots more. Like I mentioned earlier, Tecno's target audience is emerging markets, primarily Africans. And in the last few years, Tecno's expanded to Latin American markets, Indian markets, and Middle Eastern markets. And please note again, Tecno Mobile's primary aim is budget-friendly smartphones or mid-range smartphones. Anyways, since we know a brief history about Tecno Mobile, let's discuss ecosystem growth on the Tecno brand. You see, brands like Apple and Samsung have built a strong reputation over decades. And in 2007, when Apple introduced the iPhone, a premium smartphone without a button. You see, in essence, Tecno Mobile, despite being relatively new in the market, they saw where the market was heading. You see, a famous man once said, if you don't ask the right questions, you can't get the right answers. The question is, why didn't Tecno Mobile build an ecosystem along its premium flagships on time? You see, unlike Apple, Samsung Mobile has a dedicated flagship specifically for the African market. I'm talking about the Samsung Galaxy A series. And in case you're wondering, Samsung has an ecosystem as well, just as Apple. You see, an ecosystem is very crucial for a smartphone company, especially in this decade. Do you know why? Because it enhances user experience, audience retention, and loyalty. But if the brand is not loyal to its customers, building and maintaining an ecosystem would be very difficult. Alright? Anyways, this is where we discuss camera quality. Now, one of the reasons why you might want to buy a smartphone is because of a decent or great camera depending on your budget. The problem is, the quality of Tecno cameras is variable or inconsistent. For example, the Tecno Spark 7 Pro camera is great when it comes to color accuracy. Mind you, the Tecno Spark 7 Pro is a mid-range device according to Tecno Mobile themselves. Meanwhile, Tecno Pro 4 camera suffers from dull colors and over-sharpening. Guess what? Tecno Pro 4 is a premium Tecno device according to Tecno themselves. So, if a brand finds it difficult to be consistent with the demands of its customers, how will the brand build an ecosystem the customers can trust? Anyways, this leads to timely software updates. Now, if there's one thing I don't talk about often, is software updates due to its challenges on smartphones, which I talked about in this video, and link is in the description. But when it comes to Tecno Mobile, they are not committed to regular software updates, be it their entry-level smartphones, mid-range smartphones, or even their premium smartphones. In essence, some users receive updates and others do not, which can be unpredictable. Amazingly, Tecno is not the only brand under Transsion Holdings that limits software updates. Infinix, Itel Mobile also limits software updates as well, except for Infinix Zero series. The question is, why does Transsion Holdings do this? It's simple. Limited software updates helps to reduce costs, allowing Tecno to keep the prices low. Unfortunately, Tecno Mobile don't have enough excuse for the Phantom X2 Pro. I know you might be wondering, since I know the flaws in Tecno phones, why do I believe Tecno Mobile is the next big thing in smartphone? Calm down, I'm getting there. Anyways, let's discuss overheating in some Tecno phones. Firstly, you need to understand most smartphones overheat, not just Tecno phones. In fact, iPhone 11 Pro Max heats up after long use. Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus heats up too as well. But when it comes to Tecno, it's quite different. This is because Tecno's mid-range smartphones is one of the few mid-range smartphones in the market that unlock the full potential of its chipsets, as well as the premium smartphones. For example, Tecno Mobile Neo 2 can record video in 2K resolution at 30 frames per second, which is rare in phones using the same chipset. I mean the MediaTek Helio G85 SoC. Now, not all brands take advantage of this feature, but could it be that this feature or this thing Tecno does is one of the reasons why their phones overheat, especially in the Tecno Mobile Neo 2? Well, it's not far-fetched, because the Tecno Mobile 5 Pro 5G gets hot after 2 to 4 hours use, which is frustrating for most users. So why do I believe that Tecno Mobile is the next big thing in smartphone? Firstly, another flagship in Tecno brand. I'm talking about the Camon. The Camon has been around for a very long time, alright, and these phones has had its flaws over the years. For instance, the Camon 8, the Camon X, the Camon 15. These phones I mentioned are the phones in which I have used myself. Now, guess what? Since the release of the Tecno Camon 20 series, these phones has been redeeming themselves, or the phone actually has been redeeming Tecno Mobile. Alright, the Tecno Camon 20 has been redeeming Tecno Mobile. How? Because one of the earliest smartphones in the market to introduce thermal throttling. Alright, if you have watched my previous videos, I have mentioned this quite often. The good news is this helps gamers to play games for a very long period of time without the phone overheating. Now, the Tecno Camon 30 series also has this as well. I actually did a video on the Tecno Camon 30, link in the description. You see, Tecno didn't just stop there. The Camon 30 camera is amazing and very consistent too. Let's not forget it's 5G as well. In essence, Tecno Mobile is listening to their customers more in this decade. Secondly, software updates. A lot of people thought Tecno phones won't get the Android 15 software update, but they're wrong. Tecno's problem is consistency and not doing the right thing. Now, these are the phones getting the software updates like Tecno Camon 30 Premier and others. Alright. In terms of phones getting the latest security patches in January 2025, these are the Tecno Mobile 5 and others. Alright. Lastly, ecosystem. You see, if Tecno Mobile is solving their camera issues, overheating issues, and getting software updates promptly on their latest products, it means the ecosystem can be trusted very soon. Now this leads me to Tecno ecosystem. It's still a work in progress as it was launched last year. But they currently have the MegaBook T1 for personal and work experience. Alright, but if you guys are interested in a detailed video concerning the Tecno's ecosystem, you can let me know in the comments. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment please, because I notice I don't get comments often, and subscribe so you won't miss an update and content from us. My name is Efevwia Ifeanyichukwu Conroy Efemena. So see you next week, Monday, and so long.